G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, home to the TCU Horned Frogs. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane, taking on the 24th ranked team in the land, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Kick off and we'll get this game started. And he's not going to take the touchback. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes and they'll stop him at the 16. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Good timing on the quick out. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man, just he catches the football, and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
To the air on first down. Gets it out quickly. And he's brought down after a nice gain. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Backed up now, here's second and long. He wants to change this route. Wants to throw again. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And he's got it inside the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU.
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The run from the shotgun. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. Tulsa wasting no time.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Line getting set on second down. Looking to pass. It's Russ. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
This is a great play by the defensive back. And I think one of the hardest things to do as a DB is you're covering a receiver deep down the field. Your back's to the play. You've got to turn your shoulder, locate the football, and then swat it away. That DB did an outstanding job in coverage.
The Golden Hurricane needing a big play to keep this drive going. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Looking left. Wide open downfield. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they are on the move.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Tulsa comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Fires left. Got him in the open. Touchdown, Tulsa. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Extra point here will tie the game.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
He'll bring it out. It's Ezukama. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. TCU has it back in the Horned Frogs go on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. And the Horned Frogs come to the line in the hurry-up.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Throws to the tight end. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
How about that athleticism by the tight end, stretching out and diving to haul that pass in. Great play.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds a spot in the middle. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. Caught close to the marker. It's Shelton. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's hit triple zeros in a captivating game today in the American. USF sparkled today at a dominant road win. In fact, by the fourth quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in Tampa. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. Always fun to see two of the better programs in the American duke it out. A good barometer for both coaches, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
And nice job on 2nd down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching them off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the first down.
They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. Looking downfield, it's Russ. Makes the grab, it's Clark. At midfield, he's got room. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
From the shotgun, the inside give. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Tulsa wasting no time. They go right back to him. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Tulsa moved the chains by keeping it on the ground. They might go right back to it here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Run out of bounds just before he can get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Tulsa will come to the line on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Golden Hurricane. The extra point here would tie the game. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Going right to work up top. Makes the grab. Now they've got a little room to work with. To the 28 with a first down.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
Quick release by the QB. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. show you. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, TCU.
Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Looking to fire. He's got his man, makes the grab, breaks into the open. Past the 20, inside the 10. Touchdown, TCU! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you add my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they find pay dirt from way out, covering 69 yards on the touchdown pass. Coming out with it, it's Green. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Back to pass, it's Russ. Pocket breaking down. Makes a grab on the shot. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The give out of the gun.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They make the stop, but the sweet pulling catch is plenty to give him a first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Tulsa comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. From the red zone, looking for a space. Caught over the middle. It's Clark. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know.
Got enough space. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tulsa. All even up after that one. Basically a brand new game.
And with a tie, guess what? Back to the offense. Back to the offense. Which defense can get a stop? These offenses have been humming.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Ezukama. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find something somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
On the run, it's Payne. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
You know, we're only in the first half of this football game, and already this offense has had tons of success throwing the football. The defense has to disrupt his rhythm, and they finally do there, getting the sack. They've given up 3 TD passes. Let's see if they can continue with the pass rush moving forward.
He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Makes the grab close to the logo. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it, and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Wants to throw. It's Russ. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Tulsa now has it in the red zone. Handoff from the shotgun. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. To the air on 2nd down. He's got it on the move. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Hurricane. PAT unit on the field. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Ezukama. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Oh, he's got some space. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Line gets set, 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
The linebacker's showing off a little bit of athletic ability, playing some man coverage. A lot of times those guys don't play this all the time, so you see him kind of get nervous and a lot of times get that pass interference or get a little bit handsy. Really nice job seeing the football, breaking on it, and swatting it to the ground.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Got it in the middle. It's Shelton. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the 2nd quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Catch in the middle. It's Shelton.
Slants are very tough to cover, but they become way tougher when you got a big body wide receiver like that. It's almost like basketball where he's boxing you out. He gets inside real quick, uses that big body to shield you off. And even if you're playing man-to-man, you just got to get him on the ground and try to disrupt him some way.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
The Horned Frogs kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
Open space at the 25. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
And the Horned Frogs had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Back to pass on second down. Right on the money. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Now on the move. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him short. He does not pick up the first down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Horned Frogs need to pick it up on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Shelton. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
The give to the left. It's these little moments like that that can help an offense as he gets it up to the 16-yard line. Tulsa wasting no time. Right back to the well. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Tulsa to the line, just a few inches away from converting. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Looking to throw, it's Russ. Here's the pressure. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. He's got it down the left side. Hits the crease. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Tulsa.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? He'll start this drive going to the air. Rifles it down the middle. He's got it for a big play. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He might want another play. To the air on first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that was great execution on that drive. That is exactly what you need. You took almost all of the time, and you cut into this lead. Now you're about to go into the half, get everybody excited, use that momentum to start the second half.
And he tacks on the extra point. Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking for a man. It's Russ. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Picked off to stop the threat. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Horned Frogs will line up to kick off and start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Green. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. They'll open this third quarter with a run. There he goes. Crosses midfield. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Golden Hurricane.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get to the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Bringing it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score. And makes a grab right down the middle. There he goes to the right. He's at the 10. Touchdown, TCU. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And I think it's pretty clear. They went into the half and said, we're getting the ball and we're going to be aggressive. And how about the aggressive shot down the field, play one of the second half to start it, and he goes all the way to the end zone. That is how you start a half fast.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Navy is just getting blown off the field today. It's like they haven't even been competitive. How'd you like to be the network censor on the coaches show this week? They're trailing by 30 to Tulane. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. That's caught. It's Clark. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Tulsa wasting no time.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Scanning the field, it's Russ. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Tulsa in a tough spot here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Tulsa seems to have the whole playbook working. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You know, a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Dropping back, it's Russ. Got his man quickly. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. Just moments ago, the Golden Hurricane stuck in its own end, and now they're generating some momentum. Trying to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tulsa. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here and make something happen on this side of the football.
Turning it on! The 10! And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Horned
This guy is a major weapon in this offense. Had 2 touchdowns in his first game. He's now on the board right now. What a difference maker and a playmaker he's going to be this season for this offense.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. And he'll just take a knee in this. We'll start at the 25. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Back to throw, it's Russ. Got a man, it's Roberts. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Quick completion on the out. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Well, we knew this quarterback could put up some monster numbers. He is putting on a clinic in this game. He now has over 400 yards passing.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. That's reeled in. It's Clark. Still on his feet at the 45. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. That last catch puts him over 150 yards receiving on the day.
Reese, this defense has no answer for this guy. And it doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's run or who's been covering him. They just can't stop him.
Tulsa comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Gonna look downfield again. Finds his man. Breaks into the open. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Sometimes you'll hear guys derisively say, well, he just piles up numbers. When the number gets close to 450, that's worth doing.
And that's why they throw it as much as they do, because they've got a difference maker playing the quarterback position. He gives them a chance to be explosive and light up the scoreboard.
Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. Using his feet. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Golden Hurricane.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
They're on it. They recover the onside kick, and they get it right back.
And how about it, man? Just aggressiveness. When you've already got the lead. You got a comfortable lead. You're sitting pretty, but this offense, actually this coach says, I want more. I want to get this onside kick, and not only do they try it, they get it.
We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. And after that last score, this is just a 2-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. Under fire. Blasted as he lets it go.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to throw, it's Russ. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down. The third down's coming up.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
The Golden Hurricane needing a big play to keep this drive going. They'll give it to the back. Makes him talk to the hand. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Fourth down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. The short hands, it's Green. Oh, he's got some space. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Tulsa wasting no time. Going to swing it on second down. Rushes on him. And the heat was all over him, and that's the way the third quarter will wrap up with a big sack. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. They'll run it from the gun. He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a fourth down. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Big Ten. Indiana is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by a field goal over Notre Dame. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Under fire. Hit as he throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages.
Wide open spaces. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
The Horned Frogs, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Baker. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Yeah, and David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively, but they just haven't been able to get him going in this game. Big reason why they're losing.
Yeah, and the defense has done a great job understanding that. I got to take that guy away. That's priority number one. Understanding late in the game now, up by multiple scores, I'm playing my defense a little bit different. Can't give up the big plays. Time is on my side.
And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Now improvising. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback. Get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're...
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Horned Frogs have it in scoring position on first and goal. The snap sets up the throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Here comes the heat. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. Might be changing the route. They'll look to throw on third and goal. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
The offense has lost the element of surprise here, right? Fourth quarter, they're trailing by a lot. They're trying to go 4 verticals, but the defense knows it's coming, and they do a nice job in the back end making sure that falls incomplete.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. And this one is perfect. That'll close the gap to 14.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Green. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to throw, it's Russ. Pressure coming. Gonna take a shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
to throw for it. Trying to make magic with his feet. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And how nice is it to just have a quarterback that you believe in, that you can trust, you can put it in his hands on third down to make the right decision. You've got the lead, and you've got your guy. He sees it, nothing open, tucks it. It's a huge third down conversion for this offense.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Really short gain on that one. Defense all over him.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
Also trying to move the chains on third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit, and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets hyped. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Finds his man. It's Shelton. He was hoping to get that thing down the sideline. They get him out of bounds at the 37.
Yeah, you're just running at a time where you can have these small gains where the clock continues to run. This offense definitely got to have some urgency. Down, late in the game. I need to force some plays, Palmer, probably down the field.
And if you're the defense, you can have that all day. We're going to play big zones. We're going to keep the ball in front of us. We've got the lead. You're going to have to make catches like that and make us miss. But you want to keep throwing those little dink and dunk throws? Have at it. Because if you keep doing that, we're going to win the game.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Trying to do it on the ground. He is stopped short of the line to gain. The fourth down try goes awry, and that might just do it. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes if you do choose to rub a little salt in and keep chugging and keep scoring. I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop it.
Man, how about that defense on the snap? They are in the backfield. Great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Tulsa checking to see what's in the playbook for third and forever. Dropping back, it's Russ. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
And he rushes it right through the upright. It's good from 59.
And with that that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
He'll bring it out. It's Ezukama. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Off-play action on first down. He's taking a deep shot. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
And this is a tough spot for the QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart because this defense, you can tell, bringing in extra bodies, playing the pass, maybe take the dink and dunk, let your guys make some plays because they are definitely playing the deep ball.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Baker. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wants to throw on 3rd. Grabbed in the middle, it's Payne. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. And the Horned Frogs racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Shelton. Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. The Horned Frogs with the 1st and 10. To the air on first down. It's incomplete, and that also might be what is called a learning experience and one this freshman got away with.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Trying to find the end zone. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Now it's 2nd and goal. Wide receiver going in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Just about had the pick in the end zone. Instead, it'll be fourth down.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
A fourth quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And with a hallelujah land. Touchdown, TCU. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer.
And they fake it. The holder looking for a man. Here's a heat. He goes out of bounds, stopped short, and the gamble on the fake does not pay off. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick.
TCU 51.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams losing to unranked opponents.